2 days ago, I had this nice, simple life. And now it's a nightmare.
If travel is searching,
Crazy Crab in the house, and we're going to talk more Dark Fate, and we're going to talk more spoilers. There may be a little bit of spoilers in this video, not going full spoiler review yet. I will have one coming up soon, but there may be some spoilers here, just letting you know. So anyway, I put out my initial review, some of my first thoughts on the movie, went on a big rant about the John Connor situation, which I stand by that rant. I believe that this movie pretty much undid everything that was done in Terminator 2, which is just total bullcrap. But other than that, I did say that the movie was decent. I had a good time, and I stand by that. I had a good time. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was good, not great. A lot of problems, and I'm going to dive into a lot of them in my spoiler review. But in this review, in this discussion, I want to answer the question, how woke was the movie? How woke was it? And that's a big concern we have with movies nowadays, with the Star Wars situation, with the way things are going in Marvel and DC. And we got Batwoman, and it all started back, I don't know if it started, but one of the big movies that started this thing was Ghostbusters 2016. And we have, in Hollywood, some of these companies are more concerned with identity politics, more concerned with pushing their far left talking points than actually putting out a good, decent movie. My question is, and the question I want to tackle here is, what about Dark Fate? How bad is it? Because we remember that first poster when it came out, people flipped. People flipped out and they were trashing it right away. And I felt bad when that was happening because I'm a big Terminator fan and I didn't want to judge a book by its cover. And I was like, okay, yeah, there's 3 females on it. I see the concern. I'm not blind. I see the concern here. It's 2019 and this is the movie poster for the next Terminator movie. No Arnold Schwarzenegger, no John Connor. What is this? Yeah, man, it's great to see Linda Hamilton. Who are these 2 young ladies here? And why does she look like that? It's concerning. I get it. But you just don't know. You don't know. I mean, I reserve judgment. But then the director comes out and starts talking about, she's going to piss off misogynists. I'm like, oh my God, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? And I went off on that. But other than that, I pretty much tried to just reserve judgment, stay excited about the movie, be positive about the movie. I made videos about the movie, followed the news, followed the leaks, really tried to cover the movie in a more positive way and not just talk trash and just say, oh, woke this, woke that, woke this, woke that. I wanted to be positive about the movie because I wanted it to be good. And now that I saw it and I gave it I guess you could say a mixed review. But I felt like it was more negative than not because I just went off on that John Connor situation for so long. But there were a lot of positive things about it as well. But the wokeness, I felt that there was no in-your-face wokeness in this movie. Nothing was in your face. Nothing was super cringy. There are some cringe in it that you might associate with wokeness, but I didn't associate it with that when I saw the movie, and I'll explain. But when I say there's no in-your-face wokeness, it doesn't mean you can't find something here and there. You're not going to be able to look and say, okay, that's a far left talking point there. They're doing this. You can try to really analyze it and come up with stuff. There's no doubt. You can do that. It's probably there. It's definitely there, and I'll talk about some of the things that you may find. But when I say in your face, I'm talking like Batwoman, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman, type stuff, just stuff that you just cringe, like, oh my gosh. And there really wasn't any of that in this movie. The 3 main females that we follow consist of, obviously, Sarah Connor, and she is perfectly in character. She is amazing. Linda Hamilton is awesome, period. There's nothing to worry about there. You have Grace, who is a hybrid. The reason that she's the way she is shown in the movie. There is a reason for it. She is extremely powerful, but that's because she's not a normal human. She has Terminator parts inside her. So obviously she's able to kind of fight off other Terminators and just try her best to stay alive. And even she says, you do not, in reference to the Rev 9, she says, you do not fight them, you run from them, So, that's what she said about the male Rev 9. So there's that. So she's the way she is now. Danny Ramos, who is, our new John Connor, the new savior of the future, she is just horrible in this movie, especially in her future scenes. I mean, it's just not believable that she's leading anything and that she's inspiring anyone. They didn't. You need a whole movie to show how somebody's going to inspire a whole race of humans to follow them, despite the fact that they're hungry and they're fighting to survive with other humans. And they had her do a little 10-second speech, and the guy drops. It just was so pathetic. It was so pathetic, and it just not believable that she's leading anything in this. It's not because she's a female. It's just she just was not developed well. She just didn't seem like a good character. So I didn't call that wokeness or SJW. I just thought this is a poorly developed character. Period. This is a poorly developed character. And yeah, it stems from the fact that they decided to go with her instead of somebody who we have seen develop through a couple movies. And that would have been John Connor, at least through one movie, through Terminator 2. You know, we saw him, what he's been through. But no, they wanted it to be this Danny Ramos character, and it just wasn't very good. It wasn't very believable. I mean, she's this little 5'1" little girl who's never been in any kind of war or battles before, and by the end of this movie, a couple days, she is literally, with her bare hands, going up against a Terminator and holding her own. Are you freaking kidding me? Now, is that wokeness? I didn't really think of it that way. I just thought of it as stupid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was woke. I thought it was stupid. Like, what the hell? It was just so dumb. It was just beyond any. It's just so. It could have been a male, and it would still been stupid, dude. A Terminator can just. You would try to push down a Terminator. The Terminator would not budge. You would push it and you'd go flying the opposite way, and that Terminator would just crush you. So it was a little silly. A lot of her scenes were silly, and I can't really explain it. Now, as far as the way these females behave, and they kind of act like men and they dress like men a lot, other than Sarah Connor, they don't show much feminism. They're obviously kind of the Hollywood female, the strong, quote unquote, strong female that basically is big, tough, dresses like a man, and just has big guns and just acts badass. I mean, it's okay, to have that, but there's really no sign of, caring or nurturing type of a female in this film. I mean, Danny Ramos, when we first meet her, seems like a normal girl, but very quickly she's taken out Terminators within 2 days, and it was just stupid. But yeah, I mean, if you want to really dive deep into this movie and maybe some of the Border Patrol scenes and all that, if you really know about stuff like this and you can really analyze it, you might be able to find some left-wing talking points and stuff in this movie, symbolisms and things like that for whatever they believe in, whatever their far left stuff that they believe in, their politics, because they're into politics. These filmmakers are into politics. I'm not into politics, so I really don't care. As long as it's not stupid in my face, then I'm not going to care. I would never watch that Batwoman show because of those horrific trailers. And I don't talk about Batwoman, even if it maybe brings more views and more subscribers if I do. Why am I going to talk about it? I don't know anything about it. I'm not watching it, so I'm not going to criticize it because I've never seen it. The trailers were god-awful, cringy as hell, so I never watched it. Never gonna watch it. Looks horrible. But this particular movie did not have that type of SJW in your face, just, we're women and we're strong and down with the men. No, it did not have that. That was not there. So I would say that based on the first poster and based on the director's comments, that this could have been much worse as far as SJW girl power type stuff. It really wasn't that bad in this movie. It really wasn't there at all, at least not in a big kind of way, unless you really want to dive deep into it, which I choose not to. I choose to just enjoy a Terminator movie, kind of stay towards the surface a little bit. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming to analyze these movies. If I don't notice it, I don't care. And I really didn't notice too much. I just noticed that Danny Ramos was horribly developed, and I don't know why, other than they just think that we're not going to question that, like, oh yeah, she's powerful women. I don't know what's up with that, but she was awful. I mean, I'm not saying her as a character that I didn't like her, like as a human being. I did kind of like her. I thought I did like her, just like I liked Rey in The Force Awakens. It doesn't mean she was well developed. It doesn't mean that I'll just accept that she can just kick anyone's ass, no problem. It doesn't mean that. And that's certainly not the case. And, this girl, I thought it was worse than Rey. Or maybe equivalent. I mean, of Rey taking out Kylo Ren in the end of The Force Awakens, how she was able to defeat him was just insane. And yes, she's very strong with the Force. Yes, Kylo Ren was injured. I do not care. You cannot defeat a freaking trained Skywalker with no training whatsoever. You've never held a lightsaber before. That was just stupid. And this had a very similar moment with Danny Ramos taking out a Terminator, really not having too many issues, just going up to him. She was not scared at all, and it was really awkward and really weird. So I don't know if I blame it on wokeness. I didn't think about that at the time. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. So that's how I felt. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. If I was going to give this a woke level from, 0 being no wokeness, 10 being Batwoman, Ghostbusters 2016, this movie would be around a 2 or 3. I mean, it's really not that bad. I mean, yes, there's an overarching problem with the fact that they killed off the white male so they can bring in the minority female to take his place, because God forbid a white male is the hero of anything in 2019. That is where most of the wokeness comes from. But as for the actual scenes and the actual dialogue and all that stuff, it really wasn't that bad in my opinion. But please correct me if I'm wrong and tell me some of the stuff I missed. Tell me if you saw it and you noticed some things that I missed out on. Not that I want to, analyze every movie for wokeness, but I thought it was an interesting topic based on the comments we heard from the director and that early poster that everybody flipped out about. Was this movie woke or was it not woke? What is your opinion if you saw it? Let me know in the comments below, and y'all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.